24 hours after organized labor declared strike, government is here to engage the leadership to prevent the strike. Labor has intended to strike, demanding that government bans all activities of small-scale mining and Galamsey. The National Labor Commission has intervened to engage labor and government to forestall the strike. The Executive Secretary of the National Labor Commission, Ofosua Samoa, says the commission will invite aggrieved parties before October 10.
We expect them, but we are not waiting. That is why I'm saying that the commissioners went on recess. Today is their first day of convening, and it's one of the things that they are going to consider. Because if we have to wait till the 10th day and they don't write to us and they go on strike, what happens? Yes, then that will, yes, it will be late for us to have made any proper intervention, because at least if the union should strike for one day, that's a great loss to government and to everybody.
Ofosua Samoa was also concerned about how illegal mining has destroyed water bodies and forest lands. He criticized the chiefs and other community leaders for allowing the illegal mining to fester. He was of the view that a discussion between government and organized labor before the Labor Commission will address the problem.
It is not when people want to blame politicians, government politicians. Politicians, they sit in the ministries here. But the villages where it's going on, the farmland don't people go to farm? Don't they see their lands being destroyed? Don't they see when the excavators move from Accra to Kede, tell me how many police checkpoints you will see. And where are the excavators? Do they ask questions? The police, the several barriers. When you cross here, you go to Aduajiri, there is one. In Sanwam, Adeso, Asamankesi, there are about 4. Before you get to Kedi and all that, you see them all the road. Do they question where the excavators are going?
Right, so on this subject matter, let's engage a labor consultant, Austin Game, who has joined us on phone. Mr. Game, very good evening to you. Thank you for your time.
My brother.
Right, to start with, how much of an impact do you believe that labor, the Labor Commission, can have in convincing organized labor to rescind its decision?
Thank you. Well, it's obvious that National Labor Commission do not have a locus in this matter. They don't have a mandate. They are not supposed to be dealing with matters which is a preserve of the presidency and or cabinet. This is not a decision that they can take. And therefore, I think it's a misplaced priority they are trying to impose upon themselves. So you can just ignore it because it won't work. They don't have a mandate. They cannot direct. Labor Commission cannot direct the president to ban illegal mining and so forth and so on. I agree with him that the devastation of the strike action will be quite telling on the nation. That I agree. And that is the reason why we have elected a president. He is to make a decision and a determination in this matter, and not the National Labor Commission. This is not about salary increments.
Right, and that was the part where many thought that their locus mainly focuses just on salary increment and, conditions of service, etc. But we also do know that a few weeks ago, a few months maybe, Labour recently compelled government to back down on the SNIT sale. Do you believe that based on that kind of pressure they put on government, they will be able to get government to declare a state of emergency?
And that issue was about their own welfare. It's about their future. It's about their pension. And pension is part of the condition of service. And if the employer government is not answering their call, they have every right to protest. And that's exactly what they did at the time. That in part, Labour Commission could have rather invited them for a discussion, but it was even beyond them, because it's about board of directors and beyond the board of directors, the government and indeed the presidency. That's why the decision was taken at that level and not at Labour Commission level. In fact, Labour Commission cannot form part of the team that wrote the Labour Act. We didn't give them that authorization.
And Mr. Game, a few people are still unaware of the power of organized labor. So maybe as a labor consultant yourself, if you can paint a picture for us, what kind of consequence would government face or the country face if organized labor decide to go ahead with their strike?
Yeah, for the first time in the history, if you like, of the entire world, we created and framed specially. Originally, even TUC did not even see eye to eye with some of us who put the thing together. But I think later they've seen wisdom in it. We have created organized labor as a special vehicle where we created in the entire world. Ghana is the only place where we have a national tripartite committee where you can go and sit with organized labor, and that means beyond just those who are affiliated to TUC, you get other labor unions together with TUC. They all come together to form organized labor. They meet employers, they meet government at a national tripartite level. And under Section 113, they can even talk about this matter. Indeed, the government has not been very proactive. Otherwise, the Minister of Employment and Labor Relations should have called a national tripartite committee and come under Section 113, subsection B and C, to enable them to have a conversation, not a positional kind of arrangement where government is say we are taking a position on Galamsey because it's creating employment, because it's generating for us about 40% of income, and therefore there's nothing we can do about it. You do that, you do it at your own peril. Right. What they have to do is to have an industrial relations kind of engagement so that they can all come under a common, understanding and have a shared solution to this problem. Right. They didn't do. National Labour Commission cannot be an answer to it.
Thank you so much for your time this evening. Austin Gama is a labor consultant sharing his thoughts on the impending strike, which should kick in if government does nothing on the 10th of August.